To continue with the status updates of the different component projects of the NICER Caves program, Project 4, Phenomic, Genomic, and Metagenomic analysis of microbiome of bat, gut, and guano from caves in CALABARZON, prepared a simple audiovisual presentation which will highlight the study and what we have done so far with the project. So this is a recorded AVP voiced over by one of our project staff, level 3, Dr. Ranilo Jose D. Flores.
Caves are unique environments where there is limited human intervention. It is a kind of an extreme environment where animals with unique characteristics permanently dwells, such as spiders, cockroaches, and salamanders, or reside as guests, such as bats and birds. Caves also present as an environment for ubiquitous microorganisms that are both harmful and helpful. The NICER Caves Project 4 is aimed at comparing the core microorganisms found in bats and in bat guano, collected from selected caves in CALABARZON. It also aims to isolate selected group of microorganisms for production of antibiotics, enzymes, pigments for potential use in industrial and medical purposes, as well as pathogenic microorganisms with antimicrobial resistance patterns. In addition, the project will establish a resource center for cave microorganisms with complete phenomics, genomics, and metagenomics information. Finally, the project will develop guidelines on the conduct of a biosafe wildlife biodiversity assessment and capacity building, biosafety and biosecurity protocols, and risks assessments. Project 4, together with other projects of the NICER Caves program, has visited 3 caves within CALABARZON: the Cathedral and Minalocan Caves in the Cavinti Underground River and Caves Complex, Cavinti, Laguna, the Sungwan Cave in Tayabas, Quezon, and Camantigi Cave in Lobo, Batangas. From these caves, more than 500 putative Escherichia coli, Salmonella, and other enteric bacteria has been isolated and are currently in preservation. More than 50 putative lactic acid bacteria isolated, some of which have shown antibacterial activity against other pathogenic microorganisms. A number of actinomycetes and molds with interesting pigment coloration and possible bioactive metabolites were tested. DNA samples from bat, guano, and gut are also currently in storage for sequencing and analysis of their core microbiome. The database for the microorganisms collected, location, and source is currently being developed as a repository of all data currently being collected and will be collected. Finally, a draft standard operating procedure for handling bats, bat guano, and other samples sourced from caves for microbiological investigation is under final reviews. The current project focuses on the establishment of the core community profile of microorganisms found in bat guts and guano. Particularly, it aims to establish the types of pathogenic microorganisms found in guano so that information gathered can be used to help in the prevention of the spread of harmful microorganisms from guano to organic farms and ultimately to consumers. Ultimately, with a pool of microorganisms collected, the next step for the project is to identify microorganisms such as streptomyces and labs that have great potential to be used for drug discovery and therapeutics. The unique environment of caves present a selective pressure to these microorganisms, allowing them survivability through changes in their genetic makeup. These genetic changes make them novel and unique and can lead to discovery of novel drugs and enzymes. The Nicer Caves program staff is led by project leader Dr. Marian P. Leon, with team members Juani Datul, Paul Flores, Nathan Alcantara, Desiree Diaz, Diana Grace Guevara, with project staff level 3, Andrew Montesilio, Noel Sabino, Vanilo Jose Flores, Myla Risti Anacleto, Erin Isildo, and Fermin G. This is your Nicer Caves Project for Phenomic, Genomic, and Metagenomic analysis of bat gut and guano from caves in CALABARZON.
Okay. So that's a short audiovisual presentation from Project 4. Thank you to Dr. Ronilo Jose de Flores for voicing over and for completing the audiovisual presentation. Now, I would like to award the Certificate of Appreciation to Project 4, Phenomic, Genomic, and Metagenomic analysis of microbiome of bat gut and guano from caves in CALABARZON, particularly to Dr. MP De Leon, NG Sabino, RJD Flores, AD Montesilio, MRU Anacleto, AJ Hasildo, FRG Lapitan, PJF Flores, BB Datu, yours truly, DCC Guevara, and DC Diaz, and of course, NR Alcantara, for serving as resource person during the UPLB Museum of Natural History special webinar on research and partnerships on caves program, given this 29th day of September 2022 during the museum's 46th anniversary celebration with the theme Continuing Excellence Through Adversity, Creating Partnerships, Fruitful Research, and Digitized Collection. Signed, Marian P. De Leon, MNH Director.